story we'll continue to track relentlessly. Shifting focus to another story that has just come to CNN News 18 just a few minutes back. The task force has recommended big changes in the personal income tax slabs. According to government sources to CNBC Television 18, the task force has proposed the changes to boost consumption and give relief to middle income group. The task force has recommended a 10% rate for income from 2.5 lakh to 10 lakh rupees per annum and 20% for income between 10 lakh to 20 lakh per annum and 30% for income bracket of 20 lakh to 2 crore and 35% of income bracket from 2 crore and above per annum. Govt Chaudhary of Money Control is joining me live here in the studio. Gaurav, when was this committee formed? And why is this tax slab being revisited? And when will we be seeing these proposals being actually accepted by the government?
So this committee was formed in 2017, and this is the second attempt at coming out with a direct taxes code. In fact, in 2009, the first attempt was made, but because of various reasons, that could not be enacted. And when the BJP came to power in 2014, Prime Minister Modi in 2017 said it's about time we had a more modern and contemporary income tax law. The whole idea is to replace the archaic 1961 Income Tax Act with a more modern, simpler income tax direct taxes law, which has easier rules and in a simpler procedures and norms. The 1961 Income Tax Act is about 5 decades old now, and various exemptions have crept into it. So India has always been working towards a more comprehensive overhaul of that. This is an attempt at that. The committee has submitted its report in August, in about 2 weeks ago, and it's for the government now to accept it. And
who are the members of this committee?
So the members of the committee are both from external experts and as well as from the Central Board of Direct Taxes. The chairman has changed once because the previous chairman of the committee retired. And once the committee has submitted its report, we expect the government to actually either put it in public for public consultations or bring it to Parliament sometime in the winter session.
For discussions,
for winter session, because this is a comprehensive overhaul of an existing Income Tax Act, so it has to go through the parliamentary process.
You know, this is bound to generate unhappiness, I would say, among the middle class, because this entire extension of this bracket from 20 lakh to 2 crores, it's 35%. That's huge. Yeah.
So what will happen, however, is that everybody, what we understand is the way the slabs have been, organized, is that it's going to benefit everybody. So it's going to clean up existing exemptions, etc. And from 2.5 to 10 lakh rupees, it will be 10%. From 10 to 20, it will be 20%. From 20 and above, it will be 30%. And for the so-called super rich, for 2 crore above, it will be 35%. So it'll benefit everybody. So anybody who's earning more than 20 lakh rupees for the first 2.5 to 10 lakh of his or her income will be charged at 10%. From 10 to 20 lakh of his or her income will be charged at 20%, and only that part of the income which is above 20 lakhs will be charged at 30%. So everybody will gain in the net.
How will you gain?
So right now, what was happening is there were 4 income tax slabs, actually 5 income tax slabs. And if you take into effect the surcharge that was imposed this year, the highest tax slab in India is about 43%. That will be brought down to 35% for only those who earn more than 2 crore rupees. Now, what was happening now is that anybody who was earning more than 10 lakh rupees was paying 30%. Now, only those who will be paying more than 20 lakh rupees will be paying 30%, and not just anybody who is earning more than 20 lakh rupees, only that part of the income which is more than 20 lakh. Suppose somebody is earning 25 lakh rupees. So entire 25 lakh rupees will not be charged at 30%. Only 5 lakh rupees, that is that portion which is above 20 lakh rupees will be charged at 30%. Between 10 and 20 lakh will be charged at 20%, and between 2.5 to 10 lakh will be charged at 10%. So that, effectively everybody gains.
So how does the government benefit?
We need to see the details of the report. What we understand is the report has actually given a comprehensive revenue plan. I would assume that the report would have also, recommended a series of measures where a lot of exemptions would have to be done away with. Say, for instance, if you look at the corporate income tax, this report also deals with corporate income tax. If the corporate income tax rate is brought down to 25%. from the current, say, effective rate, say about 35% corporate income tax rate for those who are earning more than 400 crore rupees, the government will gain. Because the government will gain in a manner because the effective tax rate for corporates is still about 28-29%. That is, despite a high tax rate of 35%, corporates are actually paying only 28-29%. That is because of plethora of exemptions that they claim. And try to not pay taxes, and a lot of evasion have come in. So a lot of anti-evasive measures would have been recommended here, and the government net would be earning more revenues out of it. But the big thing out of this is this comes at a time when the economy is going through a bit of a deceleration, and the government is battling with policies. While this will not come in December, it will most likely come from the coming financial year, and we can expect this to be probably legislated during the budget session next year, sometime in early February. This will give more money in the hands of people, and one of the surest ways to revive an economy is nudge people to spend more. So if somebody gets more money in hands, some part of it is spent, and so
it's a win-win situation.
As of now, it appears like a win-win.
It appears to be a win-win situation, and the government could put this recommendation out in the public domain for public feedback, or take the legislative route.
It has to take the legislative route. The thing here to watch out for is whether government actually puts it out for public domain, for everybody to go, for everybody to give a feedback, or take it directly to Parliament in winter session in the form of a bill, and then send it to the standing committee for further consultations.
All right. Thank you so much for putting the story in context for us. So these recommendations in the personal income tax slabs, which has been recommended by this committee, our task force that was constituted by the government in 2017, has now recommended some changes, which has largely been seen for the moment, though, as to give some kind of relief to the middle income group. This also remains our top focus. We are slipping into a short break. Coming up would be a press conference that the government would be holding in just a few minutes, briefing us as to what the decision has been taken by the cabinet.